Good morning. so just okay. So I was on break for just 12 minutes because
Mhm.
I had a long conversation with Maliha. Before you, it was Maliha, right?
Mhm.
Yes. And so okay, we're gonna start right away because we only have 15 minutes, and everybody will return to the class at 12:30, so we can have a meeting about
Yeah.
so you can also like say goodbye to the students, right, and see
Mhm.
the students before we split for the summer. And also so we're gonna have a picnic next week, and I need to tell the students and give them the address of the picnic. Okay,
Okay.
so Marco, how are you doing?
Very well, thank you.
You are very
Yeah.
very welcome. And
Yes.
what was the most valuable experience you learned in the class?
Well, something that I already written in the letter to you that I posted on Avenue, and I think they empower. I don't say empowerment. I say empowering as a noun. Okay, it's to empower. That initially I didn't understand what you really meant, or what you really mean with this word, but then I understand. So it's more than a language class. What you lead, it's something more. It's not only a language means the words and the sentences, the grammar and anything, but the way you deliver your your thinking, so your speeches. And I found it very useful. Maybe it will be crucial, maybe in the IELTS exam, but I find it very useful in my everyday life because
Mhm.
I try uh, to talk to people in a way that I've never done before, and I added some kind of communication. And now we train here in on the internet. Okay, we're not really face to face, but
Mhm.
things are changed when you are there is all the body language, but the rhythm, the tone, the stress. You just can increase the power of your communication by 50% more or
Mhm.
100% more. And it's something
Yes.
that I didn't do that because maybe I was shy, and but now you just unlock me. And I used a word in the letter that is to emancipate,
Mhm.
because I think empowering is like emancipate from the curbs I say that I have as a non-native speaker. Oh,
Mhm.
I really don't know if this is if I can act without people, because I feel it seems a little awkward, but it's not true. And I
Yes.
have a very good feedback on this, so I thank you for this.
You are very, very welcome, and thank you so much for that validation. Because like it inspires me to be better, to do more, right? And so yes, so Marco, what were the top three things? I think you already covered those things, like, but if you want to add more, like, what were the top three things that you learned during the term?
Well, the first one is, of course, so this empower this is a new thing for me.
Yes.
And another thing is the drama you can put on answering every single question. So I can just I can say this is a simple question. I answer just with
Mhm.
yes, I am. So but I can just not beating around the bush, but I can add something in the same content. So I
Yeah.
can, and I can just enrich and embellish my answer. And the third thing, let's talk about the hard skills. Not this is the soft skills. The hard skills is a little grammar, and I had a beneficial experience in understanding, for example, the present perfect continuous that I already studied before, but never in the way you explained it to me.
Mhm.
That was more practical, more based on everyday life. So with
Mhm.
you acted a scene, I remember, and it was clear,
Yes, yes,
And,
yeah, Marco. Thank you, thank you for that feedback. Actually, when you said that, when you said about like a simple question does not have to have a simple answer. You know, you are being graded. They are monitoring your English, your delivery. So it is very, very important that you give them just that. Yeah, like if they ask you, do you love your wife? You cannot just say, yes, I do. I married her. That's why I love her. That's why I married her. This is not the kind of answer that will satisfy the IELTS examiner. So I love my, do you love your wife? Then, like, well, in life, you're always hoping for a blessing. And when my wife came to my life, it's God's blessing. Is a, do I love my wife? Is not really a good question, but it is something that you can demonstrate that in action and things like that. Okay, so I can't talk about it right now because while talking to you, like I remember something in the past. Okay, so anyway, what did you find most engaging or interesting during the term?
um, the all the interaction with the others, and there are some beautiful people, and some people now didn't have the course, and they some disappear at some point because of their personal some personal, they were busy in work or something like that.
Mhm.
But I really appreciate that you always found the time for each of us to speak and to have our voice in the course. So
Mhm.
never neglecting anybody.
Yes. What surprised you about the class? Because like Julie said to me, I spoke to Julie like about 30 minutes ago. She said to me, I said, okay, I'm in an arts class. Maybe I'm gonna attend first and second class, and then if I don't like it, I'm gonna leave. And then Julie said, but after the two classes, Andrew, I cannot leave. I couldn't leave. Every time, Saturday, I always look forward to your class. So, and she told me what surprised her. You can watch the video, like I'm gonna post it. And so, but for you, Marco, was what surprised you about the class?
Well, I think that she's right. Something involving in the way you did this class. It's not just um, a teacher beyond a desk to teach people, but it's something. There was something more. I really liked the environment. There was a kind of light, relaxed, and funny too. It was a
Mhm.
very, I every time, every morning when I wake up, I say I will have my dose of laughing at this course, and it's great. It was something that really make me open the desk, my
Mhm.
PC, each and every morning, even in Saturday, on Saturday.
Yes, like, and I often look at you whenever I say something, and then I was looking at your reaction, right? And I say, "Oh my God, Marco liked it." Okay, so Marco, what was the most challenging concept for you or topic that you encountered in the class?
Well, the most challenging it was try to to answer a question without ever be prepared to it.
Hmm.
That was
Like the impromptu
the
questions, right?
impromptu, yes, improvisation with a language that is not my native language, and with topics that are hard to answer in my native language too. Something
Oh,
like,
really? Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
Somebody,
something that
somebody
you say,
told
you
me
ask
that.
me a question, I say, I don't know what to say in Italian.
Yeah,
Neither in
like
Italian.
like I totally agree with you because one of my students told me, Andrew, even in my language, I could not answer this question so easily.
Yes, for international marriage, for example, it's a question I never asked myself, and well, I don't know what to answer in impromptu, even in my language.
Yeah, like me, I can answer that very, very well because I am in an interracial marriage.
Oh yeah, because you
It's
had an
easy.
experience of that. And, you can ask
Yes,
about, well, no, how to lead an airplane. I don't know how to do it.
yes. Okay, so you already answered about the classroom environment. So let's move on to the next question, which is, do you find the whole term? You already answered this. Do you find the whole term beneficial for you?
Yes, sure. I found it very
In
good.
what sense?
Uh, I'm a newcomer to Canada, And as a newcomer, is as I say, sometimes I can feel awkward when speak to somebody because I don't know if they understand what I'm saying,
Yes.
and so now I'm more confident. These 10 months just helped me to build up my self confidence. Now I can say I'm saying something like a native one. I'm not Canadian, but I'm confident that the other person can understand me, and if
Mhm.
they don't, well, I can repeat in another way. I can
Mhm.
paraphrase, and I can do
Yes.
it. And I'm less shy, less timid than when I was at the beginning of the course.
Yes, I think, Marco, one of the successes that I have in the class, one of my accomplishments is um, like that thing, right? Like making people more confident, like less shy. Because Julie told me the same thing. Julie told me that when she came to the class, her camera was always off because she was not confident to even show her face. And after that, right now, he's not afraid. She's not afraid. She is vocal. She is free. She is, like in your case, you use the word emancipated. Emancipate. Coming from a black family, emancipate is about slavery.
Oh, yes, figuratively.
It's okay, but it's it's like Abraham Lincoln emancipated
Yeah.
the slaves, right? You know that. Right? Okay, so if a new student spoke to you and asked you about the class, what would you tell this student about
I
you?
would suggest you. I would suggest him to attend it and to feel free and to enjoy the class. That's what I. It's just to take it as a moment of fun,
Mhm.
and you're going to learn in a fun moment. You don't have to have textbook, and yeah, there are some kind of skills you got to study, and as for grammar, but the kind of grammar that is not, how to say, theoretical something,
Mhm. Yes.
but practice grammar. So grammar that is used in everyday life, and this is not, in my experience, is something that I never experienced before. There was something like the rules, and then
Mhm.
yes, go around the world and speak with them. It's not
Yeah,
easy at
and
all.
then put it in context, right?
Mhm.
Okay, so what could I have done differently to better improve or support your learning?
I say that I have no complaint about this course, so nothing's coming in my mind to say that you can do something more. And even because the our moments were not so much. Yes, we spent 10
Mhm.
months, but just once a week.
Yes.
So I think that we did the maximum. You did the maximum that
Mhm.
you can do.
Yeah, yes. And I really did. I did the best I can uh, to to help the students, to assist the students in a way that I find useful for them, beneficial
Yeah.
for them.
And there
Okay.
was something more. Yes, and there was something more that we didn't expect. You just use your Facebook page, so some instruments that are an extra in
Yes,
this class.
and also the YouTube channel, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, Marco, what are your goals for the next term and beyond?
Um, well, I would like to write, or to hold the exam, to the IELTS exam in the near future, maybe in September, and then if I have the opportunity to have another an English class, general English, I would like to. My goal is to understand and better understand the so-called use of English.
Hmm.
The use of English is something important to me because I remember, I would like to tell you this one. I had a test a long time ago, 20 years ago, and it was a Cambridge test, the first certificate of English. There
Hmm.
was a kind of exercise, it's called a fill in blanks exercise, and
Hmm.
you got to choose the right word in the use of English. All the words were synonyms, but
Hmm.
they don't sounds good everywhere. There was just one word that is
Mhm.
specific for this in that sentence. So, and this is something that I would like to improve, because sometimes I'm going to translate to use the word that is more similar to my language, but it's not. It doesn't sound as a native English
Yes.
speaker.
Yeah. So anyway, like, good luck to you, Marco, and please come back at 12:30 so to meet the students. And
Okay.
12:30. Okay, so I'm gonna speak to Alexander now. Good luck to you, Marco. You're such.
Thank you. Thank you,
I'm
man.
so honored to have you. You are one of the students that
My
when I
my honor and my pride to have you as a teacher. Thank
when I
you.
open my camera, I always say, "Where's Marco?" Yeah, you know. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, Marco, I'll
See you
see. I'll
later.
see you later. Okay, take care.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, take care. Alexander.
Good morning.
How do you pronounce your name? Is it Alexander or Alexander?
No, it's O.
No, no, the
It's
pronunciation.
Olex.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You want to hear it's exactly in Ukrainian?
Okay, say it.
Alexander.
Alexander. I know the spelling of your Alexander does not have an E at the end, because I have a friend.
Yes, exactly.
He's also Ukrainian, and his name is your name.
Yeah,
And he told me, "Oh, call me Alex." I said, "No, I don't want to call you Alex because I love the full name Alexander. It's so
yeah, I
classic."
remember. Yeah,
Yes, I like that.
why?
So I never call him. He insisted that I called him Alex. But I said, no, Alex is just a common. Anybody can be Alex,
Y-
but it's
Yeah,
so uncommon to have a person whose name is Alexander. Alexander.
yeah,
Yes.
it's uncommon, but I think personally, I try to make it easier for foreigners.
Hmm.
That's why I'm just tell that it's if you find it easier, you can call me Alex.
Okay.
So many
Amazing.
people agree with this, and they call me Alex because it's usual for them.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like your name very much. So anyway, Alexander, what was the most valuable experience you learned in my class?
The most valuable experience that I learned in the class, um, it will be learning how to speak more fluently and naturally in English, and practicing speaking regularly give me more confidence that I was missing before.
Yes, on your first day, I remember on your first day in my class, you really made me happy when when you mentioned when you said, "Oh, this is my first class, but I learned a lot. I learned a lot of new ideas from you."
Yeah,
Can you talk more about it?
yeah, I really appreciate your um, recommendations, because once you hear how students speak, you always give good advice how to improve it.
Hmm.
And I really appreciate it, because sometimes I feel like people um, hear like kind of criticism, you know, they can't accept recommendations sometimes.
Hmm.
But I really appreciate it, because for me it's a way for improvement, to
Hmm.
be better, to uh, to speak more clearly and more confident. And yeah, I always accept this and appreciate it.
Yeah, yeah, and thank you for that. Like, you are so brave to give that feedback. To me during your first day. It was a positive feedback, but we teachers sometimes we need to hear it so we know that we are actually benefiting or empowering the students, right? And
Yeah.
what were the top three things you learned during the term?
um it's I think it's a strategy how to speak and respond properly on IELTS exam.
Hmm.
uh, Also, how to make your speech more better and more natural. Like, you have to use expanded vocabulary. Sometimes you need to make a clear conclusion to finish your speech properly. and also we did a little bit reading tests.
Mhm.
So I understand the strategy, how we should answer all this question. So I know that our time will be limited, not as we did it during our homework. So
Mhm.
you need to scan text to find the key points, to like find the proper paragraph where information was given. So it also helped a lot.
Yeah, thank you for that feedback. And what did you find most engaging or interesting during the term?
Um, it's our speaking practices, because you give a chance for each student to practice.
Mhm.
Uh, Also, between this, you uh, give our proper advice how to improve it. And what I like that you always give some examples from your personal life. I really appreciate it. It's great
Yeah.
experience.
Yes,
It
like
it makes it makes our class more fun, more engaging, and I feel more comfortable. Like it's not just formal, um, like yeah, like formal class. You know what I'm talking about? Like strict, just strict class with some rules. I like the way how you go out of the bounds, or out of the boundary. It's not like regular class, I would say.
yeah, that's Andrew Taylor technique.
Yeah,
What surprised you about the class? Yeah, because
surprise.
you came a little bit late, and you didn't know who Andrew Taylor is or was, and so what surprised you when you came to the
Yeah,
class?
the most what I was surprised it's how relaxed and supportive uh, classroom environment was. I really expected that it could be more formal, a little bit stressful, because it was my first time joining such class and I didn't know what to expect, but it was really fun and encouraging.
Beautiful, beautiful comments. And what was the most challenging concept that you encountered in the class?
For me, always speaking part were the most challenging because it's always hard to um, develop like answer in your head and
Like
during
quick
speaking.
answer, right?
Yes, yes. Sometimes I struggled to think fast and speak clearly at the same time. It's
Mm.
really hard to come up with some ideas when you just saw a question. You need to. I understand that we shouldn't tell always the truth from your personal life experience. We can come up with some ideas. We can make up a story, but it's really hard. You need a lot of practice to do it on the spot.
Yeah, yeah, you're absolutely correct. But yeah, when I said you don't have to tell the truth, you can just like create a story because they are not looking for the truth. I'm
Yes.
talking about the IELTS examiner. They are not looking for the truth. They are looking for the quality of your delivery. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
so, and I also mentioned that be careful when you are creating a story because sometimes like normally when you're creating a story it's not easy to follow up because it's not the truth.
Yeah, because you need to keep in your head all the details of this story, and you
Mhm.
you have to give your response until the end when you make a conclusion, the
Yeah,
final sentence.
exactly.
And
And if it is a true story then you have all the details.
yeah, because you remember what you did or what happened in your life, but if it's something that you made, you need to be careful with this because
Yes.
at some point it like can be
Yeah,
broken
yeah,
and
yeah, you're gonna lose
it
it
can
at
have a whole
right.
structure. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so how did you feel about the classroom environment?
It was really great experience. Everyone was friendly and supportive. It made me feel comfortable when I was trying to speak, even when I wasn't sure about my grammar or vocabulary.
Yes, like everybody was supportive and everybody was non-judgmental. Yeah, you know
Of
what I mean?
course, yeah,
Yes, everybody was just listening to everyone and happy that everybody has a chance to express themselves in many different situations.
yeah.
And okay, did you find the whole term? I know that you already answered this, but did you find the whole term beneficial for you?
Of course, especially in speaking, I find out how to make my speaking more clear. Uh, I feel more confident when I'm speaking, and like I I know what examiner is expect from me on exam.
Yes. And what would you tell a prospective student who would ask you about the class and the teacher?
I would definitely tell that this class is a great place to improve your speaking skills, and the teacher is very supportive, patient, and always give useful feedback.
Yeah, thank you so much. And what's your feedback about my teaching style?
I really like your teaching style. You're always calm, clear. As I previously said, you create a space where students feel safe to
Mm-hmm.
speak, and what I said previously also that you always give a useful feedback.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah, thank you. And what could I have done differently to better support you, your learning?
Um, yeah, I thought about it a lot. And in my opinion, you can give us more homeworks.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that some people don't like it to do homeworks, but
Mm-hmm.
I believe that homework helps to improve uh, better and faster. Because
Mm-hmm.
without doing something at home, like we have only our class only once a week, and it's not enough. I even even if we have even if we have like many hours, still we have many students,
Mm-hmm.
and we have only one or two attempts to speak. So or read, it would be
Mm-hmm.
good if you give more homeworks. Uh,
Yes.
it
Yeah,
it
actually, one of the students during the interview this morning suggested the same thing, and she said it doesn't have to be a homework to test, but just a follow up of what I'm doing. You know,
Yeah,
like for example, she said, give us a website or give us like some handouts or some links where they can follow up or like improve the better, like outside the classroom.
yes, because regular practice is really necessary for
Yeah.
real progress.
Now,
Uh,
what are your goals in life? I mean, what
in
are your
life.
goals for the no? What are your goals for the next term and beyond?
Oh yeah, I would like to continue my improving my speaking skills. I feel like I have some troubles with writing. I need to more concentration on it. I know that I missed this part in your course because I joined it later. Uh, that's it. And finally, I need to take an exam.
Mhm. Yeah, good luck to you, Alexander. It's such a pleasure to have you in the class, and I like you very, very much because you're very positive and also you are dedicated. You're committed to what you're doing.
Yeah,
Okay,
thank you.
so yes, and so Alexander, are you able to return at 12:30 so we can have a
Sure.
meeting about
Yeah,
the
yeah.
topic?
I'll come back.
Okay, please return at 12:30. Just say
Okay.
hi to say hi to Viviana.
Hi, Viviana.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. Thank you for asking.
Okay, so I'll see you later, Alexander.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Okay, cheers. So Viviana, your camera is a little bit blurry. I don't know
R-
what's happening.
Really? Um,
Yeah, it's
well,
blurry. Like yeah, but don't worry. Like
I
okay.
mean,
So, yes,
Google
sorry.
Meet, I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. That's okay. So
Well,
Viviana, welcome to the conversation. I don't want to call it interview. Welcome to the conversation today.
thank you.
And Viviana, first, what was the most valuable experience you learned in the class?
Well, actually, let me tell you, the most valuable experience I get in this class is the way you actually conducted the class from the beginning to the end. Just not new in IELTS. I had been taking in the past. I had been taking few courses in IELTS with different teachers, but no teacher until now fulfill my needs and make me realize what I need to work on it, and I can see at the end of this term my improvement. And thank you for your storytelling teaching. There's a more engagement part that can make me actually come alive and be more I would like to be more like engaged with my learning process.
Yeah, you actually inspire me. You actually, you're one of the students that really inspired me because I said, okay, so I said, oh my God, am I doing the right thing? Are the students really getting what they want? And then I said, oh, but Viviana is here. Marco is here. Marco is here. Hadi is here. Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
yeah, it's like, it is like guarantee. No, it's like a testament or a validation that I'm doing the right thing because these
Absolutely.
strong students are here. Yeah, you're not.
Well, well, you're teaching the way you conduct the term of the IELTS in this fall 2024-2025. It had been amazing and an amazing experience for myself as well. I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure the students are so happy with your teaching as well.
Yeah, thank you so much, Viviana. So, what were the top three things that you learned during the term?
Well, the top three things is just more critical thinking. So, for the moment you like make us, for example, you send us some essays to read. We
Mhm.
have to get different sources, resources to get more information. As actually, the critical thinking was one of those. It's very impacting me, and you give big impact on my learning process. And the other thing is also the interaction with the students. And the past, some of my teachers, IELTS teachers, they just talk. They don't let us interact, or they don't give us express more our thoughts.
Mhm.
So we basically be as a listeners, but no, it's not engagement in the learning
Mhm.
process, which is very important for us as IELTS students. Like we need to be hands-on, especially on the productive skills like writing and speaking, right? So, and the other one is just the relationship between all the classmates. No matter which background we all reaching for the same goal. And as our guidance, so this during this term, I think it was the more impacting, the more
Mhm.
I think impact our IELTS in this term.
Yes, thank you, Viviana. What is the what? Okay, what did you find most engaging or interesting during the term?
Well, during the term, the more engaging part is just a relationship, a student and a teacher. It just it gave us more experience and get more engaged in um, what we be looking for, and reassure and reaffirm our what do you say our what can I say our goals,
Mhm.
right? So this
Yeah.
is more
Mhm.
important for me.
Yes. What surprised you about the class? So obviously you're new. I mean, this class is your first time to be in my class. What
Yes.
surprised you about the class?
What surprised me is the strategy you use for get to us and different topics that you actually expose to the students during this term. That's more important. Surprised me is the strategies and all the way how carry on through the class and through the all this period of our learning process.
Mm. And what was the most challenging concept for you?
To be honest, the more challenge for me it was two things. The first of all was the grammar part. I'll know you not directly teach grammar, but it was a little bit confusing. It was very challenge for me, so I have to study after
Mhm.
and review the notes, which was amazing tools you provide all the way
Mm.
through it. And secondly was the speaking part. As I tell you before, like my teachers would never speak in class much.
Mhm.
The speaking part was a little bit challenge for me as well. Just the
Mhm.
two things. Yeah.
Yes. Viviana, you are cutting up. Okay, let me see.
Oh,
You're cutting up, and you still have 8 minutes. Okay, can you exit and come back? Like
yeah,
right away?
absolutely.
Yeah,
I will
exit
do
and
that.
come back right away. Right away. Okay, I'll wait.
Yeah.
Hmm? Oh yeah, you're better. Yeah, you're better. Mama mia, it's so good to have you. Okay, so
Okay.
Viviana, what? Okay, so what would you tell? What would you tell a prospective student who would ask you about the class and the teacher?
Well, I will tell the prospective students about the class and the teacher. There was the most amazing experience I have in my IELTS preparation, as well as the teacher is very engaging and interactive with the students, and the strategies and a method of teaching and learning had been the top notch for me.
Oh, thank you, thank you so much.
Yes.
And what feedback do you have about my teaching style? Actually, you already answered it. Like, just give me like a short answer. Yeah. What?
So honestly, it's very difficult. I cannot tell anything bad about it. It's just everything for me is positive, and the most I like about it is your strategy and methods do you use for this too. IELTS is not easy, and as you say, it is your first time on IELTS as an IELTS teacher. I mean, it's fantastic. I'm so
Thank
proud to be
you.
in your class. I'm lucky.
Yeah.
I'm lucky.
Thank you so much. You are like Marco. You know, I asked Marco the same question, and he said that he cannot find. He cannot. He said, I can't find anything. I have no suggestion or anything."
Absolutely. I had been with other teachers before, and it's nothing I can change in this class or in your method, or as you maybe say, you get improved. It's just part of each teacher, but as of my point of view, is I'm be lucky to be in your class. Thank you so much for all
Yeah,
your thoughts and
you're very, very welcome. What could I have done differently to better support you, to better support your learning?
well, I will say personally, as for me, I think I struggle a little bit in speaking, and I have my thoughts, but I just try because I have never been exposed to like a talk to in English because I have a teaching background back home, but in English expressed. And I think to answer your question for me will be a little bit more like pushing me a little more into speaking. That's all. But it is just for my personal opinion and for my own benefit.
I honestly, Viviana, honestly, Viviana, you're one of the best speakers in the class.
Oh, you know what? It's just hard. I know I have all my thoughts and ideas and everything, but to get them out and organized, if you don't have
Yeah,
practice, like everything takes practice. If you don't have practice constantly, even if you
yeah.
speak with native speakers, it's not the same because the conversation is not actually academic. It's just casual, right?
Mhm.
So
Yes,
it's
like in
just
real life, right?
in real life,
Yes,
absolutely.
yes. And so, yes, I actually understand what you're talking about when you said It is not a question of knowing a lot of vocabulary. It is not a question of knowing a lot of grammar. It is, like, you have so many things here, but to organize your ideas, your
Yes,
concept is not easy. And
it's not
in the
easy.
class, I actually push you to, like, speak, answer the question, expand it, close it. Like,
Yeah,
don't wait, don't make pauses, because
yes,
you are being tested and you are being timed. Yeah, you
right.
know what I mean? And so, like, who said that? I think Marco said that. Marco said one of the things that he learned in the class is, although the question is easy, don't always deliver an easy answer.
Yes, absolutely. Totally
Yeah, you
right.
see, like, Viviana, this idea, when I said it in the class, I didn't even I did not see this, like, I did not get this idea from somewhere. It's just me. Like, you are
Yes,
being graded according to your delivery of the English language. So it doesn't
absolutely.
matter if the question is, how many brothers and sisters do you have?
Is the way how do you come across to say it?
Exactly. Yes. And so, as Marco said, that is one of the best things he learned in the class, how to
Yeah,
handle easy questions and deliver a top-notch answer.
yes,
Wonderful, right? Yeah.
absolutely.
And what are your goals for the next term and beyond?
Well, my goals, first of all, for the next term, I just going to be, I think I'm almost ready to get my exam. I just need to, my next term, to focus in my weaknesses. And although it's IELTS is 1 unit,
Mhm.
but during the next term, I want to focus evenly and I want to tackle exactly my writing. I think to write, I can write, but I struggle a little bit in writing. So
Mhm.
my goal basically is improve a little bit more in speaking and writing.
Yes, and then so, um, next week we're gonna meet next week, right? We're gonna
Yes,
go on a picnic next week.
yes,
And you have a car, right?
yes.
Yeah, you have a car. So please return to class at 12:30. I'm gonna give the address, and I'm gonna give some info. Some, like, I just wanna say goodbye to some students who could not make it. Like, for example, Maliha and Fernando. They live in Ottawa. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So they won't be able to come to join us. So please return to the class at 12:30, just for 10 minutes.
okay, absolutely.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
I just wanna add, and I wanna say thank you so much. I'm very grateful for this learning experience you just brought it to me in the past term. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah. The pleasure is mine too.
Thank you so much.
Okay. You take care. I'll see you later, Viviana.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you so much. Bye bye.
Okay. Great. Wonderful.
Bye bye.
Mhm. Yeah, okay. Cheers. So now I'm waiting for Taras, Manjit, Fernando. Taras, Manjit, Fernando, and then Maurice. Okay. So let me just wait a little bit. I have 1 minute. Hmm. Hey, Taras, good morning.
Yeah, well, good morning, Andrew.
Okay, Taras, good to see you this morning. Taras, you're gonna be with us next week, next Saturday, right?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, because I want to see you in person.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, I also want to see, like, Alexander, and it's unfortunate that Marco cannot make it because he's leaving for Italy tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
And
yeah, he told us.
yes, yes. Okay, so anyway, let's start, Taras. Taras, what was the most valuable experience you learned in my class?
The most valuable experience I had in the class was learning how to express myself more confidently in English. At first, I was worried about my grammar and vocabulary, but this time I stopped being afraid. You created a warm and friendly space where mistakes were treated as a part of the process. I felt free to speak. I felt free to speak and participate without stress. That was that was very important for my progress.
What were the top three things you learned during the term?
Uh, First of all, I improved my grammar,
Hmm.
especially the small things like articles and the verb
Yep.
tenses. Second, I learned many new words and expressions that I now use in daily life.
Oh,
And
really?
third, I become more confident when speaking, especially in conversations. These changes were small at first, but they added up quickly. I can feel the difference even outside of class.
Yeah, wonderful.
And
Okay,
you?
what did you find most engaging or interesting during the term?
Well, I really enjoy the personal stories that you shared with us at the beginning of each class. They were very funny, emotional, and always helped to connect with the topic. It made the lessons feel alive. I also liked working in a small group because it gave me a chance to speak more. It made learning much more interactive and interesting.
Wonderful. Like, like actually, you're not the only one who said about my anecdotes, like my personal stories that actually help people. Like Julie told me this, Marco told me this, that help people connect with the real world and to understand. Actually, Soraya as well said it helped her connect with the Canadian people in the workplace because of
Yes.
what she learned in the class. Okay, what did you find most engaging or interesting? No, no, we already did, right?
Yeah.
What surprised you about the class?
What surprised me most of all, it was how fun and relaxed the class was. I expected something more formal and strict. Instead of this, I found a group of people and a teacher who made learning enjoyable. I also didn't expect to laugh so much during English lessons. That was a very nice surprise and helped me to feel more comfortable in your class,
Thank you, Taras.
especially
Thank you
about
so
your
much.
personal stories.
Thank you, Taras. And what was the most challenging concept? What was the most challenging concept or topic you encountered in the class?
For me, one of the most challenging topics was learning how to use conditionals correctly. It's not easy to remember all the forms and meanings, but thanks to the examples and practice in class, I slowly started to understand. I still need more practice, but now I feel more confident. I appreciate how clearly everything was explained by you.
How did you feel about the classroom environment?
I felt great in this classroom. It was supportive, respectful, and positive. Everyone had a chance to speak, and there was no pressure. Even if I made a mistake, I never felt judged. I think this environment helped me a lot to stay motivated and not give up.
I love what you said when you said I did not feel judged. Yeah, because
Yes.
that was actually one of my intentions is to make sure that the students can speak and not be judged by anybody because I develop respect in the classroom. When people respect you, they will not judge you. They will open their hearts and and welcome your ideas, including your mistakes, right? And so that is the result of my strategy as a teacher. And did you find the whole term beneficial for you?
Yes, it was very beneficial for me. I improved my grammar, speaking, and vocabulary. But also, I become more confident and less afraid of speaking in public. I even started to think in English more often. That's a big step for me, and I'm thankful for it.
Wonderful. What would you tell a prospective student who would ask you about the class and the teacher? What would you tell them?
I would tell them that this class is more than just a grammar or speaking. It's a space where you will learn and enjoy yourself at the same time. Andrew is a great teacher who really cares about his students. He gives more than expected and always brings something special to each lesson. You will feel lucky to be in this class, I think.
Yeah, thank you so much, Taras. And what feedback do you have about my teaching style or methods?
Your teaching style is very effective and human. You explain things clearly and you always give us time to practice. I also liked how you included I also like how you included humor and personal stories. It makes the lesson feel real and not mechanical, you know. You balance speaking, listening, and grammar very well. I wouldn't change anything.
I like what you said when you said um, my personal stories, and you said it helps. Like the lessons are not mechanical; lessons are real and they are timely, and you can use them in real life, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And what could I have done differently to better support your learning?
Well, honestly, I don't think you could have done more. You were always prepared, full of energy, and patient with everyone. Maybe I just wish I joined the class earlier. That's the
Mhm.
only things I regret. You supported us in a very possible way. Because,
But
as you know, I joined your class just 2 months ago, so it's not a big
yeah,
time.
but Taras, let me ask you this question. Okay, did you join my class late by choice or because there was no space?
There was no space. I was in a waiting list, I guess, and they put me on March 29th.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, no, no, no. March this year, right?
yeah,
No, actually, yeah, because Taras, if you started IELTS from September, you would have changed a lot. Did you see Marco? Did
yeah. I
you
see
see
Mark
Marco,
is,
Hadi,
yeah, great
Viviana?
student.
They all started in September, and so yes, and also who else? I don't remember the people on the list, but like those people, they. Oh, Muna also. Like
Yeah,
okay.
I noticed that Marco's vocabulary is very strong, and
Mhm.
Hadi as well.
Yes. Okay, so Taras, what are your goals for the next term and beyond?
My goal is to continue practicing English, especially speaking. I want to use English more confidently at work and in everyday life. I want to watch movies and read more in English, and maybe one day I will be able to help other like you helped me.
Oh, thank you, Taras.
Yeah,
Taras, you and Alexander are very nice people. I'm so just
thank you,
happy and honored to have you in my class.
thank you,
You're
Andrew.
you're positive. You're relaxed. You're respectful. I can't wait to see you next week.
Me too.
We're gonna take pictures together.
Do
So
you
make
know
sure.
Yeah, I will be there absolutely. But do you know the location, or you will tell us later?
No, no, like please come back at 12:30.
12:30?
Yeah,
Okay,
you
yeah, sure.
exit because I'm gonna talk to Manjit and Fernando, and
Mm-hmm.
then at 12:30, we're gonna meet. All of the students are coming back, and I will give you the address of the location, and I will also post the address of the location in Avenue and on Facebook.
Sure. Okay. Will we meet in Google Classroom or Avenue?
Like, the same here.
The same.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay, I'll see you later. Okay.
Thank you,
Okay.
Andrew.
Okay. You take care. Okay. Bye. Bye. Hi, Manjit. Manjit, open your camera so I can talk to you.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Yeah, okay. It's afternoon. Manjit, please open your camera.
I have opened my camera, teacher.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah, it's open now.
yes.
Okay, so Manjit, we've got to start right away because we're actually 1 minute behind. Yes, I finished early. I finished with Taras early, so I had a break for 5 minutes. Okay, Manjit, what was the most valuable experience you learned in the class?
Um, so, teacher, my overall experience was good. Uh, Even I can't even decide which part was the best for me during my classes. So I feel that you are the most like you are one of the best teacher because your classroom in your classroom the environments are safe, caring, and you always give equal opportunity to every student to speak in your class. I have never feel like ooh, I can't speak something like that. And I have seen like if we have new students in the class, they feel comfortable within a hour.
Right away, right? Yeah, right away. Yes, they feel comfortable right away because yeah, actually that is like one of my strategies because I know that a student can learn better if they feel comfortable. Comfort is very important in many situations, Manjit. Very, very important. Okay, so Manjit, what were the top three things you learned during the term?
Okay, teacher, I have learned how to speak in a Canadian way and I have improved my writing skills.
Mhm,
Now I know how to write an essay in a better way.
mhm.
Like we have to use different vocabularies and good sentence structures.
Yeah, and
And you
sequence.
always corrected my pronunciation during the classes.
You're actually doing very well in my class, Manjit. Like I did not expect you because in the beginning you were very, very quiet, and then
Yes,
suddenly,
teacher.
like after I think after 3 weeks, suddenly you were shining. Yeah, And I said, "Oh my God, look at this lady!" I said to myself, "Look at Manjit. Yeah, she's actually fluent in English." I said to myself, right?
Yes, teacher,
And
you
what
empowered me. You always inspired me like to speak in the class. As as I have said earlier, you always give equal opportunity to your students.
I love what you said when you said you empower me, you inspire me. But if you notice our Facebook page and also the YouTube channel, it's Andrew Empower, Taylor Empower, right? Because my purpose really, I think God brought me to this profession in order to empower the immigrants in Canada, you know. And what did you find most engaging or interesting during the term?
Um, I want to grow professionally. So you have taught us many lessons on interview preparation and how to dress up in an interview. Like you have taught us many different things about Canadian workplace culture as well. So those parts are very important for me.
Mhm. Yes. What surprised you about the class? So you came to the class, you see this teacher, Ando Taylor, and the students, the atmosphere and everything. But what surprised you?
The most
Were you-
surprising thing was that students feel comfortable with right away,
Ah,
like me, because I have experienced this during my last session when I was attending English classes. I never feel comfortable until the end of the session, like until the end of June. But in your class, I feel comfortable
and
after.
you're surprised about it because you didn't expect it, right?
Yes, yes, teacher.
Yeah. That's a good answer, Manjit, because you are honest and you are real about your true situation, right? and I appreciate it. And what was the most challenging concept or topic you encountered in the class?
Impromptu questions
Mhm.
because we have to prepare them right away and speak in
Yes.
front of the class.
Yes, but it's necessary, right? Because
Yes.
when you do your IELTS test, you will be timed. It's you cannot waste time. And actually, when you go to an IELTS test, you don't know the questions. So when they ask you this question, it's an impromptu question. And Alexander mentioned to me something like he said, "I like it very much." He said he liked very much that uh, I told the students that there shouldn't be some pauses or space because you are being timed, and you have to answer the question right away. Don't think too much, in an impromptu question. Okay. Did you how do you feel? How did you feel about the classroom environment?
Classroom environment was very great. It was like safe, caring, respectful. Like everyone was respected and feel valued, and you always gives equal opportunities to the students to speak in the class. And overall experience was great.
You surprised me, Manjit, with your answers. No, your answer is highly professional, and I really felt your answer. Like when you said that everybody is valued, respected. Like one of the students said, there was she felt free. She said one of the students said, "I felt free in the class. Nobody judged me. Like even if I'm wrong, nobody like judged me. Yeah, that's what I did. That's what I do, and what I did in the class. Okay, so did you find did you find the whole term beneficial for you? In what sense?
Yes, teacher, yes, because I have faced many interviews like after your class, and now I feel confident during my interviews because once when you were giving lecture on interview questions, then you told me you can handle the situation within 30 seconds.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yes.
I have used that technique also, and now I know my soft skills. I know, like, I know what kind of person am I.
Yeah, to describe your personal skill, right? And also to explain it if it is necessary, like to paraphrase, to explain it, or to add more information about, like for example, you say I am confident. Sometimes when you say I am confident, it's not enough. You've got to put more information. I am confident I can face any difficult situation with an open heart, something like that. Okay, so what would you tell? Okay, if there is another student from your country and she asked you, "Oh, Manjit, I'm gonna be in Andrew's class next term. Oh my God, I'm very nervous." What would you tell this student?
No need to feel nervous. You will learn a lot at the end of your class. You will feel confident like me. I am a real example in front of you.
Mhm.
And teacher is very nice. He explained each and everything in a and very effective way, and you will understand each and everything. You will
Beautiful,
get opportunities to improve yourself in the class.
Manjit. Your answer is so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
And
much, teacher.
what feedback do you have about my teaching style or methods?
Your teaching style is great.
In what way?
So, like, for me, it was very important to feel comfortable.
Hmm.
Students feel comfortable. Environment is very good in your classes. You explain each and every concept in a clear and concise way so that each and every student can understand and improve themselves.
That's good English. Clear and concise. Wow. Yeah.
Before the assignments, you discuss the assignments
Hmm.
during your class, and like students discuss the ideas and how to organize the essay and how to write in a better way. So
Hmm.
before the test or assignments, you
Yes.
discuss everything in the class so that
Yeah, you're so right, right? You're so right. I give the students some guidance or some like how to organize the essay, like using sequential adverbs. How to do this in addition, furthermore, and then in conclusion or finally. Yeah, you're right. Like all of those, I did intentionally in order to simplify, to make it to facilitate the students' learning. Okay. Now, what could I have done differently to better support your learning?
you always discussed each and everything before assignments, and it was a very good thing for me
Hmm.
because in my previous classes I always feel pressure.
Yeah.
But during this class I never feel pressure, I always do my work happily.
Yes. And so you have no suggestions?
No, teacher, you did a great job. So,
You're the third student who said this to me. Marco said the same thing to me. And who else said the same thing to me? That I have no, oh, Alexander said, I have no suggestions because you did everything the best you can and
yes,
we
teacher.
benefited. Beautiful, right? Okay, what are your goals for the next term and beyond?
My goal is to become a better communicator, to improve my communication skills, and to improve my to improve as a person, to
Yeah,
know
what do you
about
mean to improve
Canadian.
as a person? You mean to improve as a person? What do you mean?
I want to know Canadian culture more, the workplace environment.
And to blend, right?
Yes,
and,
teacher.
and to blend with the Canadian culture to better function in the Canadian society. And you learn some of it from the class, right?
Yes, teacher. I have
Like
already.
especially, yeah, especially. Do you remember one time I said to the students that even you're angry or upset in the workplace, do not stop talking to somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Just continue to say hello. It is very, very important that you have a
Yes,
good
teacher.
relationship with the people in the workplace because if you don't, you will go to work stressed every day.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
And
mean?
it affects our efficiency of doing work.
Exactly. And eventually you could lose your job. Yeah,
Yes,
you know
teacher.
what I mean? And so, yes, and one of the students mentioned that, I don't remember, but this morning, one of the students said that to me, right? That, oh, it's actually Soraya. Remember Soraya? Soraya now, she works in a lab and she works
Mhm.
with Canadian people. And she said that she said to me, Andrew, I did everything that you suggested in the class, and everybody in the workplace liked me. And I said to Soya, you're not fake, you are professional.
Mhm.
It's beautiful.
Yes, teacher.
So,
You
so
prepared us uh, how to perform our professional duties, how to interact with the peoples in the
Mhm.
workplace.
Manjit, are you coming to you're coming to the picnic, right? Next week?
I will try to come, teacher.
Yes. Do you have a car?
No, teacher. I don't have a car.
So your husband will drive you?
No, no, I don't think so.
He's working on Saturdays?
Actually, not. But
No, so where do you live?
I live in Mississauga near Derry and Mavis.
Derry and Mavis. Yes, Derry and Mavis.
Maybe I will come later. We have decided like Marco is also not coming. Maybe he will come later.
Hmm. You mean another time?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, because Marco is leaving for Italy tomorrow. Yeah,
Yes, teacher.
Marco is leaving for Italy tomorrow. So I told Marco, when you return from Italy, just call me. I'm gonna text my phone number to Marco so he could call me. I want to meet Marco. Yeah, because like in September, I don't know if you will still be in my class, because the school they switch teachers, right? Yes. Okay. So yeah, Fernando is here. I'm gonna let him in so you can say hello to him, and then you go. Okay. Majid, it's good to see you. It's good to talk to you today. But please, can you please come back like around 12:35?
Okay, teacher.
Okay, I'll see you. Take care.
Bye, Fernando.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
You
How are
look
you?
Okay.
great.
Mhm.
Let's see me.
Yes. Okay. So Manjit, I'll talk to you later. Okay. Yes. Okay. Cheers. Fernando, how are you doing?
Hi, boss. Good.
You're finally here.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So Fernando, what was the most valuable experience you got or you learned in my class?
Uh, Many things, but I believe the most valuable experience was that I found the best English learning group, uh, the best English teacher I have had. That's you, Andrew, and thank you.
Yeah.
Then I had was improving my confidence in speaking English, especially during the practice tests
Mhm.
and group discussions. That helped me to express my idea more clearly and fluently.
Wonderful. And what were the top three things you learned during the term? The top three.
I learned how to structure my essay more effectively, especially for the writing task.
Hmm.
And then I improved my listening skills by practicing with different English accents.
Hmm.
And I also learned useful strategies for managing time during the reading and speaking sections.
Hmm. Yes. And so what did you find most engaging or interesting during the term?
Um, I really enjoyed the class, but I found the speaking practice session most engaging for me. They were fun, interactive, and helped me some advices to think quickly in English while speaking with others.
Yeah, the impromptu questions, right?
Yeah,
Like yeah, to organize, to come up with a quick answer without overthinking, but quick but meaningful
yeah,
and effective, right? Okay, so what surprised you about the class? I remember like when you before you came to my class, you
yep.
called me. Or did you call me or I called you?
I called you first. I text you, and then you call me back, even when
Yes.
you are in your time off, and that was awesome. And I
Yes,
still
yes, I
appreciate.
was actually, yeah, yeah, you're very welcome. Um, I I was on my way to Niagara Falls to see a concert, and
Yeah,
I said, because in my car, I have this, I could speak on the in my car. Like there's a system where I can speak. I don't know what to call it. And so when you called, I said, "Oh, Fernando is Fernando is calling," and then
you
so
say,
I
who
said,
is that guy?
no, no, I knew it was you. I knew it
Okay.
was you. I don't have the face. I did not have the face, but I knew it was you. And so I said, you know what? I am anyway. I had 1 hour, from Toronto to Niagara Falls. Yeah, so why don't I speak to you? So I spoke to you.
And that is one of my favorite place to visit. I was visited, I think, 2 or 3 times, but I'm always thinking to come back.
You mean Niagara?
Yes, I love that
Oh,
place.
I've been to Niagara Falls over 50 times, but I never get tired. It's
Yeah, yeah, me
amazing. It's
too.
an amazing
Me too.
place.
Even I still have pending some activities to do there
Mhm.
because it's a beautiful place. They have another attractions, and I still pending to do.
Yes, yeah, there's so many things to do there.
Yeah.
And what's okay, okay. No, did I ask you what surprised you about the class?
Uh, Yeah, I think we talk a little bit about that, but I love the way you show us many many forms to do to explain something.
Mhm.
Always you are using examples, give us samples on real situations,
Mhm.
even share your experience. That's great for us. And even when heard my classmate and heard their experience also, that helped me a lot.
Wonderful. Yeah, like Viviana said the same thing about she picked up ideas from other students.
Yeah.
Yes, and what was the most challenging concept you learned in my class or
Uh,
you
uh,
encountered in my class?
yeah, the most challenging part for me, I think, was the writing task. Also, when I have to analyzing some reading or stories and then describing on my works. But
Mm,
with practice and then your feedback, I start to feel more relaxed. I still have to work in this, especially in my pronunciations. But I think it's now I'm in better position than before.
wonderful. Okay, how did you feel about the classroom environment? Like the students, the teacher, and you.
Yeah, always like a familiar group. You start the class breaking the ice with telling some situation, or then comment some news that help us to bring a better environment for everyone. I really enjoy it.
Yeah, amazing. And how did you find the whole term beneficial for you?
Yes, definitely. The course not only prepare me for IELTS, but also help me to feel more confident using English in real life situations. I believe that my grammar, my vocabulary, and pronunciation have all improved. Your one by one feedback session were great
Mm.
for me.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Fernando. And what would you tell another student about my class?
I would say I highly recommend your class. You always support. You're always well informed. Also provide us, as I said before, feedback not only for the whole group. You focus in one specific um, needed we have. Some if you saw some weakness, then you let us, and so that's great. Also, the lesson are well organized, and the learning environment is motivating.
Thank you so much for those beautiful words. When you said the lessons are very organized, actually, Maliha mentioned to me about like looking at my PowerPoint presentations, the lessons, how I use colors and text and fonts. She said that she knew I work so hard.
Yeah,
You know,
I
Yeah.
just could imagine how uh, too much time you took to prepare the class. I know it's not just the our sessions, Saturday's class. You have to prepare this, and when I saw all your materials, I think, oh, Andrew have to do this for
Yeah,
long,
3 hours,
many
2 hours.
hours, many hours.
It's true.
Yeah,
It's true, and it's so unfortunate that other people, and I'm not talking about the students. Other people don't see it, right?
yeah.
Okay.
No, but I see it. Even it's not just find information and putting this. No, you try to choose to pick. Okay, this is for my
Exactly.
group. This can work. This not. It's too much.
Mhm.
Oh, this is not useful for them. So I appreciate this.
Yeah, you're very, very welcome. And so, what could I have done differently?
Differently, honestly, as I said, that the course was well organized and helpful. for us. But if I had suggest something, maybe a few more on one-on-one pronunciation of feedback,
Mhm.
especially for me.
Mhm.
um, it's given some techniques or more. I think that will be more beneficial for us. And I, to be honest, in this course, I think it's not for this kind of things, right? It's IELTS. But
Mhm.
as you show a good commitment with us, that will be helpful for me.
Mhm. Yeah. So what I do, Fernando, is what I do is I listen to individuals' issues or problem with grammar or pronunciation or vocabulary choice, and what I do is I make one lesson for everybody.
Mhm. You know
Yeah,
what?
that's what I do.
Also, maybe can works, but I don't know if the other student can be agree with me. But
Mhm.
for example, incorporating a few more listening exercise of listening with unfamiliar accent maybe
Mhm.
help a student like us to prepare more for the real life,
Mhm.
especially here in Canada, right? You have many accents from Asia, Africans people, Hispanic people,
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
everywhere.
No, yeah. Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
British accent is different to American,
Yeah.
different to Canadian.
Yeah,
So it's
that's one thing that I did not do a lot because teaching online, the listening component is not easy
yeah.
because when you do a listening exercise and the listening exercise is borrowed from a website, sometimes the website does not allow you to post it. Yeah, you know
Hmm.
what I mean? That's why
Yeah,
it's a
sure.
struggle, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so that's why if you noticed in our class, I did my own recording of the listening exercise. Remember this is this
oh,
speech that I did,
yeah,
and
yeah,
also when I spoke about the fish and the driving thing, like
yeah,
cars of the future, that they were my voice recording.
yeah.
Okay, Fernando, what are your goals for the next term and beyond?
Um, I would like to be in my position more punctual. Don't be missing. Unfortunately, for this course, I enjoyed a lot, but I had to move. Was surprising for us because the last landlord asked for the house without previous notice. So I have to find a new house for my family, and I have to work
Mm,
during the week, right? It was hard for me find a new unit and then move all of the things. But I would like to be more punctual in this and don't be missing,
mm.
and maybe try to listen and review all your posts in Facebook
And
or
YouTube.
YouTube. That
Yeah.
help.
Yes. Okay. Thank you so much. Good luck to you, Fernando.
Thank
I
you.
hope I hope to see you again in September, but there is no guarantee who's gonna be your teacher.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
No, there's no guarantee who's gonna be the teacher for September, like this coming September, right?
Yeah.
Because the the school, they assign positions to the teachers
Oh,
according to seniority and also according to the choices of the teachers.
oh, I believe most of us believe you will continue as our teachers.
Well, hopefully, because hopefully, but if I can't, then you will have another teacher who is equally effective.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm just trying to be professional.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Thank you.
yeah, yes, Fernando, please leave a little bit for 5 minutes because I have more risks coming, and then
Okay.
after 5 minutes, the students will be coming one by one. So
Okay.
please, when you return after 5 minutes, I will let you in. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. When I
Sure.
let you in the beginning, just turn off your camera. And then when
Okay.
I ask everybody to open their camera, then that's the time you will open your camera.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure. Thank
Okay.
you, Andrew.
Okay. Yeah. See you.
Have
My
a
God,
good day.
Taras is back now. Taras, just turn off your
Ivan.
camera. Taras, just turn off your camera because I still need to talk to Maurice.
So, okay.
Yeah, your mic, your camera and your microphone. Mm, where is Maurice? Oh, Maliha is here. Maurice.
Hello.
Okay, Maurice, I just want to let you know that Fernando, Taras, and Maliha are here, but
Yes.
I asked them to turn off their camera. Okay, I'm gonna talk to you maybe maximum 10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay. Maurice, what was the most valuable experience you learned in a class?
Okay. The most valuable experience was for me. It was to improving my speaking skill, my reading, and my pronunciation skills. I learned how to express my ideas more clearly and with more confidence.
Wonderful. And what were the top three things you learned during the term?
Okay, during the term with you, first I improved my pronunciations. Second, I learned how to organize my writing. Third, I practiced listening with different accents, particularly Canadian accent.
Mhm. Okay, that is amazing. What did you find most engaging or interesting during the term?
Okay, during this term, the speaking activities were the most interesting for me because, pardon, because we could talk in paired with another student. We could talk in group
Mhm. Continue, continue.
and share opinion with another student.
Yes. And what was the most okay, what surprised you about the class?
Okay, about the class, I can say that I was surprised by how my classmates, how friendly and supportive the atmosphere was. It helped me feel more comfortable to speak with my classmates.
Okay, wonderful, Maurice. And what was the most challenging part of the class for you?
Okay, for me, the most challenging it was more writing essay. Writing essay was the most challenging task for me, especially using complex grammar, vocabulary, and managing time.
And how did you feel about the classroom environment?
Okay, for me, the class environment, I felt very good. The environment was very relaxed with our teachers, and the our teachers was always helpful and patient with us, and he helped us to improve my different English skills.
Amazing. And did you find the whole term beneficial for you?
Yes, I can say that it was very beneficial for me, and it was very helpful. I became more confident in all I skills, writing, pronunciation, comprehension, and speaking, especially to prepare my future IELTS text in the next month.
Okay, if a new student, Maurice, uh, spoke to you and asked you about the class, what would you tell this person?
Yes, uh, I would say that the class is very interesting. It's very useful, and the teacher is amazing, and the teacher is excellent. The teachers, I will say that the teachers explains clearly and give good feedback during the classes and during the homework.
Yeah, Maurice, do you think there what areas of my teaching I need to improve?
For me, I think to overall everything was great, but in the future, if we can have a lot of mock who can help us to improve our speaking, it will be a great helpful for me.
Okay. And what are your goals in the next term? I mean, for the next term and beyond.
For the next term, my goals is to have less is to get at least band 7 in the IELTS because my goals is to apply to the study in the Canadian universities. That's why I need to have least band 7 in the IELTS text in the future.
Yeah, good luck to you, Maurice. I saw that you have been frequently absent. Is there any particular reason?
Yes, last week I applied for the board member of Doctor Without Borders MSF, Doctor Without Borders MSF Canadian. You know, I'm working with Doctor Without Borders, and I'm expatriate with them, and we
Are
have.
you a doctor?
I'm not a doctor. I'm epidemiologist and public health specialist.
Oh, really? Are you
Yes,
married or single?
yeah. And last week, we asked all my apologize because he was a board member in the international level, and I apply. We had a lot of interview during this weekends, during this last weekend. That's
Mhm.
why I wrote to you a message to ask apologize that I cannot reach class.
I got the message.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, good luck, Maurice. Maurice, did you tell me that you wanted to register for September?
Exactly. I would like to continue to September because I have to improve my speaking, my writing, my pronunciation, and comprehension. With my excellent teacher, who you are.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording, and I'm
Thank
gonna
you.
have a meeting with the students about the picnic. Okay, I'll stop recording. Yeah, Maurice, thank you so much. You did a wonderful job.
Thank you too. And